Formula One has arrived at the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix, but the atmosphere in the paddock is defined by a deadline. This is the final race on the schedule before the entire sport stops. Within days, the annual summer break begins, triggering a mandatory factory shutdown. For 2 weeks, teams are prohibited from developing their cars, from running computer simulations, or accessing their own data. This mandatory pause changes how a points deficit feels. Because development is frozen, whatever performance gap exists on Sunday evening will remain exactly the same until late August arrives. That pressure is currently concentrated inside the Mercedes garage. 3 separate title contenders, Kimi Antonelli, George Russell, and Lewis Hamilton, are operating within this same ecosystem, yet they arrive in Hungary with very different needs. The Hungarian Grand Prix is effectively a test of temperament. A poor result here leaves a driver with nothing but a month of downtime to analyze a failure they aren't allowed to fix yet. Championship leader Kimi Antonelli is currently the primary target for the rest of the grid. He enters this weekend on pole position, having already secured 6 race wins this season. His most recent victory came just 1 week ago at Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium, providing him with a significant points cushion heading into the break. Despite that success, Antonelli isn't satisfied. He has openly stated that the Mercedes team still has a list of improvements to make, suggesting that his lead is more fragile than the standings might indicate. His objective for the weekend is purely about execution. He wants to finish well so he can enter the summer break without the anxiety of a late-season mechanical regression. For Antonelli, Hungary is about maintenance. He isn't just chasing a trophy. He's trying to ensure that the momentum he built in the first half of the season doesn't show cracks during the month away. On the other side of the garage, George Russell is facing a much steeper climb. Currently 3rd in the driver's standings, he is trying to recover from a significant setback. This chart shows the championship points race. Following a poor outing in Belgium, Russell's trajectory dropped away from the leaders. But he believes the engineering team has diagnosed the issues, requiring a steep upward trajectory starting this Sunday. That makes Hungary a mandatory recovery weekend. He cannot afford another mechanical failure or a repeat of his performance in Belgium, especially with a month of limited development ahead. This race is Russell's final chance to reset the math. If he fails to close the gap now, he will spend the summer break solidified as the 3rd-place contender. Then there is the 7-time champion, Lewis Hamilton. While he remains mathematically in the title fight, he is currently struggling to match the raw pace of the younger drivers. Those struggles were visible immediately this weekend. In Friday's first practice session, Hamilton finished 3rd, still searching for the final few tenths of a second. He has admitted that his side of the garage has significant technical work to do to find a competitive setup, and he is spending the weekend chasing a performance window that seems to be narrowing. Hamilton is effectively racing against his own car's telemetry. He is relying on his experience to find a setup that works before the qualifying clock runs out. For Hamilton, this is a race against attrition. He is trying to bridge the performance gap between his current car and the championship lead before the summer shutdown takes his development options away. When the race begins on Sunday, these 3 sets of pressures will meet on the track. 3 teammates, all in the same machinery, but all racing for very different outcomes. The points scored in Hungary carry a weight that persists long after the podium ceremony. Because of the mandatory break, these results are the last ones that will be discussed or analyzed for the next 4 weeks. The winner enters the shutdown with the benefit of silence. The losers, however, are forced to spend their vacation answering for a deficit they cannot legally attempt to fix until the factories reopen. This race establishes the narrative for the second half of the season. It determines who will be seen as the favorite and who will be seen as the underdog when the grid returns in late August. Whoever performs best in Hungary isn't just winning a race, they are securing a month of stability. It is the difference between a summer spent in a position of strength or one spent looking for answers that are weeks away.